Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this Unity and Diversity event. We're so happy to have you here this evening. It's so wonderful to see so many different folks that have come out to celebrate our community together. About 6 months ago, I had kind of a vision for something along this line, and I approached Sarah Hekmati and said, this is what I'd like to do. Sarah said to me, I've got a good friend named Muna that has a very similar vision. Let me put the two of you in touch with each other. So this is community in action just from the very get-go here. So to be able to bring us all together, to be able to celebrate the things that we have in common, the things that we hold dear, those things that are sacred to each one of us, is a wonderful gift. We're so glad that you're here, and we hope that you enjoy all of the gifts that are going to be brought to you this evening.
Well, my partner in crime didn't leave very much for me, so that's fantastic. I just wanted to welcome everybody. Thank you to all the performers who are here, and we're really excited to hear you. And of course, thank you everybody from the community who came out. It was actually really nice. When Matt contacted me, he said, I want to do something to show solidarity with the Muslim community. And so we talked, we started hashing around ideas, and then we decided, why don't we just show how we as a local community are together, and we celebrate those things that we have in common, and we celebrate our differences together. So we hope that tonight's performances and our speakers will help sort of empower us to be proud of who we are and to really just love each other. Thank you.
There's a wonderful song that we're going to start off with that I think sums up in the mind of John Lennon and the minds of many of us what it is that could happen if we but only imagine.
Imagine there's only heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today.
Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no division too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will be as one.
Imagine no possession.
I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world.
You may say I'm a dreamer,
But I'm
I have the pleasure of introducing our first speaker, Imam Abdullah Wahid. He is the Imam of the Flint Islamic Center. I know him personally, he and his wife. He is the Imam of the Flint Islamic Center, and his focus is on youth empowerment. So for the Muslim community, one of the things that we struggle with is how to make our Muslim youth feel comfortable in their own skin when really the outside world that they exist in and other fellow Americans view them sometimes in a negative light. So he focuses on Islamic studies, and he also focuses on youth empowerment issues. He's been fantastic in our community, and it's my pleasure to have him speak for a few minutes today. Thank you.
Good evening. I like to thank Muna Jundi and the organizers of this program. Thank you very much for putting this together. Unity and diversity, of course, is the fabric of our country and our community. So a hand of applause for all the organizers, please. And looking at this program, all the beautiful faces, many of you guys are just looking at me like, who is this ISIS dude standing here? You know, I'm just joking. I'm just playing with you guys. But Islam is a very beautiful religion, and I'm so glad to see you guys and join with us and recognize the common things that we share. And everything that you guys are worried about from other religions and other faiths, we Muslims and our families have the same concerns. You know, with our children going to school, today my son saw me getting ready. He's like, "Is that you, Dad? Is that you?" He hasn't seen me for 2 days, right? And my wife is working in the neurotrauma at Hurley, so she's doing 12-hour shifts for 3 days in a row. So he can't believe that he's seeing a parent. And, you know, and that's the reality of our lives. Us parents, we're working so hard to bring some lawful earning for our children, at the same time helping them in their education, serving our community, serving other places. So as Muslim communities, as a servant to the Muslim community, servicing not only the Muslims, also the non-Muslims, I kind of feel like we've got more pain from the situation, because we have Muslim countries in the Middle East who are suffering. So we have extended families who are suffering. And then we have a community here in Flint which is suffering. You know, so we got hit with 2 punches and we didn't know what happened. We were just recovering from 1 hit and we're like, wow, what's going on here? And then we have this Islamophobia, and we have people in the name of Islam tarnishing the name of Islam and misrepresenting the beauty of our religion. And so that becomes very difficult for an innocent person to demonstrate the best form. And of course, our religion is just like other religions, which promote and advocate peace, harmony, love. And that's the platform between every religion and every person that's sitting here. This is why we're here today, because we share all this diversity in common. And without diversity, this country won't be so rich. Neither would this community be so flourishing. It is diversity in communities that make communities acknowledgeable and make them prosper. Last night I was at dinner in Ann Arbor. I had a program there at the university, and I was sitting with a student from the business school. And I asked him, "You got accepted at Duke and Ann Arbor. What made you come here?" And he tells me straightforward, the business program at Wayne State is much better. He says, "Over here, you don't even have to keep a GPA. 2.0, you're fine." All right? All right? So I was like, how do you guys get evaluated? Is it S for satisfactory, like elementary school? He's like, just like that. All right? But to make it, you need to have some credentials. So I said, what makes you pick this school and this institution over other institutions across the nation? And his answer was the diversity. We have NFL players here. We have pilots here. We have people from all different groups and religions, and that grows the bond between the people. It gives you exposure to people who think just like you, from different ethnicities, different cultures, different religions. They cry just like you. They wish like you. They dream like you. And that's what our group is doing. This is what we are hoping for. And that's what the founders of this country built this country on: free liberty of religion and ability to prosper in every forefront of our life and sectors. We need to be the best achievers in education and business, and showing help to our community. So this diversity program that you have here is so beautiful, because if we don't reach out to you and you don't reach out to us, how can we represent the beauty of our religions? You know? And how often do you come to a mosque and how often do we come to a church or a synagogue? It's just so rare. And this country needs more of these programs where you can look into the eye of a person from a different religion and say, you know what, that's my brother and that's my sister. You know, we have the same common issues. Our children are suffering or having challenges with drugs and on the streets and all these issues that we have in inner city of Flint outside. So these are the communities, if we are able to connect with each other and be on the same page and see eye to eye, we can solve problems because we have the resources. We have around 30,000 Muslim physicians, you know, and Munna Jundi's father is the one that cuts open people's fleshes to take out the bullets from the inner city. He's the general surgeon in the Hurley Hospital, and he works around the other hospitals in Genesee County. And that's our community serving other communities. And vice versa, your community is serving our communities. It's not like we are serving you and you owe to us. We are one family. We are serving a family. Never does a father ever think that I'm doing something beyond my expectation for my child, because that's my child. You know, if a father starts to think this is not my duty or my responsibility, then there will never be harmony in a family. And this is how we think. This is what we believe. And the first message of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, when he entered into Medina, when he migrated, and he came into Medina, the new land where he was going to establish his teachings and helping people come to understand the beauty of Islam, he didn't tell them, build a church. Neither did he tell them, let's get the swords out. No, that was not the message. The first message of the Prophet, peace be upon him, was 3 things I want to hear here, and I want to share with you. Is number 1, he says, Afshu salam, which in our definition, rough definition would be, greet everyone. Meet everyone. Until you don't meet people you don't know, you will never know their situations. You will never empathize them or sympathize them. You need to know what the world is thinking, what they're going through. The first thing the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, meet people. Go up to them. Ask them for their problems. Today we are so involved and centered in our own situations, we don't get time to take our eye off the screen. You know, we just walking. You know, the other day in Philadelphia, I was looking for directions, and I said, excuse me, headphones pumping, I can never get directions from this person. You know? So we are so connected to our own world. And we will never have chances and opportunity to feel the worries of others. When the world on our phones or our tunes are already preoccupied our minds. So the first thing the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, greet everyone. Get to know people. Sometimes you will meet someone that you don't like, but because you approached him in the manner of kindness, you will win that person's heart. So afshu salam. And then number 2, you will find when you greet people, you realize the situation of people, you will realize people need support and help. At'imu ta'am. Feed them, help them, give them support, economical support, social support, intellectual support. Invite them to your places. Don't treat them as strangers. Reach out to them. Not just say, I know you, I will be there for you. There's 2 differences. We all hear the issues of the world, but how many of us actually cry and sympathize people? You know, someone calls you in the middle of the night, got a flat tire. I feel so sorry for you. I wish I could help. Really? You know, that's really not going to solve the problem. You made it worse. You know? So we need people that can hear our problems and be there for us. And that's what our religion has been teaching us, you know? And I don't feel like I'm doing a job from 8 to 8 or 8 to 5. This is our job for life. We want to be those people who are remembered not just as good parents or good neighbors. We want to be people who are remembered as good citizens of America. When we leave this world, the people of Flint, the people of Michigan said, these were people who had value. We can leave lessons and examples for our children, for our society. And number 3, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, Wasilul arham. People that you have difficulties with most are families. They always get into your business. What is your child doing in school? He's going at Mott? Oh, I'm so sorry. You know, what do you mean? Right? I took classes at Mott. It's not a big deal, right? Oh, he never made it. No, these people, your family, your blood, your biological family, your children that give you difficulty, reach out to them. Don't give up on them. Thanksgiving is not the only opportunity to smile at a relative. Right? We need to reach out to them because that's our beauty. There are people who are worried. We are so far away from the situation of our society, even our family. When are you getting married? Oh, I'm sorry, I have 2 kids already. Like, really, that's how disconnected we are. 2 kids, right? So this is very important. That the number 3 is taking care of their problems, and joining. Number 3 is to join ties and relationships with people that your own relatives who are trying to break those relationships with you. Forget about those who are far away from you. That was the first 3 messages. When the rabbi of the Jews heard this, see, these were the first things that Prophet Muhammad was preaching when he entered into Medina. So this is the religion that's teaching peace. And the message was, at nighttime, pray to your Lord and vent out to Him. وَصَلُّوا بِاللَّيْلِ وَالنَّاسُ نِيَامٌ. And then wake up in the middle of the night and vent out to Him. Tell Him the situations that you're going through. Because like every human psychologically hears the issues of his society or their society, and they're holding this burden. And you want to vent to your husband, but your husband has his own issues. You know, you come to the pastor and you come to the imam and like, this is our limitations. So who do you vent out to? So God has given everyone the ability to vent out to God. Vent out to Him. Shedding tears in front of your Lord is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of nearness. Venting out to someone is very important for our society. And today I am venting out to the community here. We are part of you and you are a part of us. This is one community, one fabric. We stand together, we are united, and we will help the community of Flint. We will prosper. We cry, we suffer, we are worried. We're helping for the situation of the inner city of Flint. We're distributing with the Red Cross and different organizations, nonprofit organizations. This is our service. We're not saying these are not from the same religion, but we feel that these are children who don't have clean water. We feel the same worry, and we're just hoping that the government will help out. We hear the bigotry that happens in the media, and also at the election time when the candidates are saying evil things and negative things about Islam. Well, we feel that, but our reaction is always with peace and compassion. Because you know, the sister that organized this program and the people who came here today are representing the true nature of Islam and the beauty of Islam. May God bless all you and protect you and keep us united. Thank you very much.
Doesn't take too long to, once we turn on the news, to hear about all that is going wrong in Flint right now. We're here tonight to celebrate the many things that are going right. And one of the things that is going right in this community is our education system. That does include Mott Community College and U of M Flint and Kettering. And wonderful things that are going on. I'm so privileged to be able to present tonight the next speaker, Dr. Beverly Walker Graffia. Dr. Graffia is the newly appointed president at Mott Community College. She's brought many gifts and transformed that college already, and we're so excited for what the future holds. Dr. Beverly.
Good evening. Good evening. So in the last few weeks, I've heard the word hopelessness used to express many different situations going on globally, nationally, statewide, and locally. And I began to really wonder, how did we get here? You see, I'm hearing it from our young, our old, are diverse voices that are echoing the same sentiment. We're hopeless. And I think about we're living in a society that has technology on our arms. You can turn on and off the lights on your arm. You can send messages across the world on our arms. You can be told that you've had too many jelly donuts on our arm. We seem to live in a world that should have it all. And yet, we are consistently speaking about being hopeless. How have we come to feel that so many people are not listening? And no one cares. So many today are finding themselves disenfranchised, sending and receiving fragmented messages of what needs to happen to make this a better world. Sometimes I feel that everyone is talking at the speed of light with their technology blazing to get their points across distinctly, but no one is really trying to listen. Technology in our fast-paced world has allowed us to create more spaces for talking at each other, more criticism and degrading remarks, more bullying, and very little listening. So we find ourselves still battling the same battles that we fought over and over and over again throughout our history. The battle, the fight of being different and living successfully in a diverse world. This week, in February 1969, how many of us were alive in February 1969? Okay, yeah. Okay, you remember this. The #1 song this week was one that pleaded for peace and equality. It's named Everyday People by Sly and the Family Stone. Sly wrote, "I am no better, and neither are you. We are the same, whatever we do. You love me, you hate me, you know me, and then you can't figure out the bag I'm in. I am everyday people." You remember that? And then his sister Rose Stone chimed in after that, mocking, "There is a long hair that doesn't like the short hair for being such a rich one that would not help the poor one. Different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on, and Scooby-Dooby-Dooby." Remember that? All right. It ended with, "We got to live together." Almost 50 years later, and that song is still featured in television ads. It's been covered over and over and over again because the point still continues to ring true. We should be everyday people, creating together a diverse tapestry of our power as one. We should be listening and understanding for that nugget of agreement and seek to build upon that alone. We should not tolerate the mocking voices that recklessly pull us apart. So I was very pleased today when Matt asked if I would speak at the Unity and Diversity program. Last May, during our college commencement, I shared the moments that haunted me since I moved to our community as I learned the stories of our students. I shared how each individual story is etched in my soul. The stories I found were different, yet the same. You see, we live in a life happens world. But what draws us together is the question. Now, as a community, I ask, what will draw us together during this recent crisis? I believe the one nugget of truth that we can all rally around is that we want to see our community successful. We want our residents to succeed. We are committed to helping create a new narrative for our community. So together, we must work to innovate, to create, to meet the needs, to educate, to train, to care, to support, to guide, and to push. We must seek to understand the power of one. This is what we do here in our community. That is who we are. We are one. A community that has gone through so many different crises and stressful situations, and yet the residents continue to battle back, to fight on, to survive, and to thrive. We are one. I can't do this without mentioning the anchor institutions in this area that have risen to the occasion time and time again whenever this community is threatened to be destroyed. A diversified economic response led to healthcare and our education systems to become our partners for economic stabilization and vitality. We are one. And then I have to make sure that you understand you have one of the top community colleges in this nation right in your backyard. Recently, we were named as one of the top 150 community colleges by the Aspen Institute for Community College Excellence Program. You all should be applauding. Because Mott Community College has served over and over again for almost 100 years in this community as a leader in the region, state, and nation, as a model for student success. We provide academic and workforce programs of excellence that have rigor and are respected globally. We were the first to offer innovative opportunities for our region, like our Fab Lab, the Mott Middle College, our University Center, and our State of Michigan Partnership for Unemployment Services. And I believe we, and you know I am the president, are the most important institution that will accelerate this region's comeback. We are one. You see, I believe that this community is a collective of wonderful, diverse tapestry of people that make up our power of one. So, I've got a challenge for you. If you believe that too, then on the count of 3, I want you to yell out, "We are one." 1, 2, 3. We are one. Ooh, that was good. I like that. Now, if you feel hopeless, or if you've had a life happens experience, if you're feeling voiceless, or you know somebody that feels that way, then I want you to exclaim even louder now at the count of 3, "We are one." 1, 2, 3. We are one. If you had some support from someone in this community to help you to get where you are today, now I want you to stand up and I want you to be able to yell, "We are one." We are one. Wait. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you. Don't worry. Don't worry. Everybody should be standing at this point. 1, 2, 3. We are one. And I want you to keep standing, because if you have impacted someone in this community, then I want you to yell even louder on a count of 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We are one. Keep standing. Through our voices today, I would like us to take the pledge to embrace our difference, to work together as one community to ensure that we all have a successful future. So if you truly believe in this community, its residents, and its future, then on the count of 3, we're going to say, we're going to yell, we're not going to say, we're going to yell, "We are one," 3 times, okay? You got it? 1, 2, 3. We are one! We are one! We are one! Thank you, everybody. We truly are one.
Choir meets Monday and Wednesday from 11 to 12:25. That was some fine singing. That's fine, yeah. Thank you very much for your words of, yes, your wonderful inspirational words. It's my pleasure to introduce next the Reverend Jeremy Peters. Jeremy is the pastor at Court Street United Methodist Church in downtown Flint, and is also a gifted poet and speaker, and just a wonderful man, a man of God, a man that supports his community, and we're so blessed to have him here with us this evening to share one of his gifts of poetry with us, and this is called, Do You Have a Filter?
So it's an honor to share this space with you, and when I say this space, I mean the city of Flint. I am new to the city of Flint. I just moved here this summer, and my God, I love this city. There is no place in the world that I would rather be right now in Flint. I have discovered a community of creative and diverse people who make something out of nothing every single day. And I love what Matt and Muna have put together here tonight. Thank you for inviting me to be a part of it. It's an interesting time to be in ministry. In Flint, I get to meet new friends every day. Every single day, somebody pulls up to the front door of our church with a shipment of water from someplace else. I've had shipments of water and said thank you to people from North Carolina and from Texas and from Canada, and all of that was just this week. There is water and there is concern and care and compassion pouring into this community right now, and we give thanks for that and we celebrate that. But that's not the only thing that is pouring into this community right now. There are other things that are less helpful that are coming into this community. There are other things coming into this community that are putting pressure on a community that is already under intense pressure. There are things coming into our community that are creating division where there is already a fracturing of Flint. And those were the things I was thinking about when Matt asked me if I would write a piece for tonight. So this is called Do You Have a Filter? Do you have a filter? To the woman who came to church on Christmas Eve looking for something to believe in, please don't leave until I give you one of these. It's free. You attach it to your tap. Because nobody should get a rash from brushing teeth or taking a bath, and no mother should ever have to put her children to bed with feelings of dread and a fear of lead. And do you have a filter to keep out division? When the talking heads on television see in our community a cynical opportunity to sow the seeds of disunity, they don't know you and they don't know this city. All they know is Buick and Roger and me and poison water and a homicide rate. And do you have a filter to keep out hate? When slick politicians with bad toupees take their place on the national stage and get red in the face and rant and rave and say that our neighbors are not welcome here, do you have a filter to keep out fear? And do you have a filter to keep out violence? Have you figured out a way to silence the preachers of prejudice waging war against refugees and Starbucks cups in the least of these? Do you have a filter to keep out YouTube? Do you know what to do when there's blood in the streets and it's brown against blue and suddenly strangers are yelling at you for daring to say that black lives matter? The water is rising and we're all getting wetter, and whether this gets better or not depends on a question we've been asking a lot lately. Brother, do you have a filter? Thank you.
In April of 2012, I was honored to be asked to play piano music for an event being held at Mott Community College to stand in support and solidarity for Amir Hekmati and Amir's family. It's wonderful to be able to celebrate that Amir is now home, and we rejoice as a community for I was asked to play Persian piano music at this event. I don't know Persian piano music. I had to look Persian piano music up on YouTube and then try to fake it as best as I could. There was another performer there that was Rami Kurdi is Amir's brother-in-law, and Rami's brother Bilal is a gifted guitar player and singer. And I went to the event thinking, oh, this is going to be great. I'm going to hear what Persian music really sounds like. And Rami got up and sang John Denver. I love John Denver. I know John Denver. I could have done John Denver. But Persian piano music, not so much. But Bilal showed me how to do a wonderful John Denver as well. And Bilal is going to sing a few numbers for us tonight. Runaway Train by Soul Asylum, Lover's Cross by Jim Croce, and Superman by Five for Fighting. Ladies and gentlemen, Bilal Kurdi.
First of all, he always showers me with so much praise. I am a campfire singer. So there may be a couple breaks in this. But first of all, you guys are a wonderful community, and I'm going to jump into the songs. But there's a community that's hurting right now, I think, because of the Kalamazoo thing that happened. So if you can keep some prayers for them. Today there's a 14-year-old trying to survive what happened. So let's keep some prayers in our minds for those who are less fortunate, as well as everyone in this community. This is a fabulous community. So I'm just going to jump right into it. Call you up in the middle of the night, like a firefly following the light. You were there like a slow torch burning, was a key that could use a little turning. So tired that I couldn't even sleep, so many secrets I couldn't keep. Promised myself I wouldn't leave. One more promise I couldn't keep. It seems no one can help me now. I'm in too deep, there's no way out. This time I have really led myself astray. Runaway train, never going back. Wrong way on a one-way track. Seems like I should be getting somewhere. Somehow I'm neither here nor there. Can you help me remember how to smile? Make it somehow all seem worthwhile. How on earth did I get so jaded? Life's mystery seems so faded. Like I can go where no one else can go. I know when no one else knows. Here I am just drowning in the rain, with a ticket for a runaway train, and everything seems cut and dry. Day and night, earth and sky. Somehow I just don't believe it. Runaway train, never going back. Runaway on a one-way track. Seems like I should be getting somewhere. Somehow neither here nor there. Got a ticket for a runaway train, like a madman laughing at the rain. Little out of touch, little insane, just easier than dealing with the pain. Runaway train, never going back. Runaway on a wrong way track. Seems like I should be getting somewhere. Somehow neither here nor there. Runaway train, never going back. Runaway train, tearing up the track. Runaway train, burning in my veins. Runaway boat, it always stays the same. Campfire singer. I can't stand to fly. I'm not that naive. I'm just out to find the better part of me. I'm more than a bird, I'm more than a plane, more than some pretty face beside a train. And it's not easy to be me. I wish that I could cry, fall upon my knees, find a way to lie about a home I'll never see. It may sound absurd, but don't be naive. Even heroes have the right to bleed or maybe disturb. Won't you concede? Even heroes have the right to dream, and it's not easy to be me. Well, up and away from me. Well, it's alright, we can all sleep sound tonight. I'm not crazy or anything. I can't stand to fly. I'm not that naive. Men were meant to ride with clouds between their knees. I'm only a man in a silly red sheet. I'm only a man looking for a dream. I'm only a man in a silly red sheet, digging for kryptonite on this one-way street. Only a man in a silly red sheet, looking for special things inside of me, inside of me, inside of me, inside of me, inside of me. I'm only a man in a silly red sheet. I'm only a man looking for a dream. I'm only a man in a silly red sheet. It's not easy. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And it's not easy to be me. Too bad there's not a little bit of fire going on here. This is Lovers Cross by Jim Croce. It's an old one. I saw it on a VH1 classic a long time ago. Guess that it was bound to happen. It's just a matter of time. Well, I've come to my decision, and it's one of the painful kinds. 'Cause it seems that you wanted a martyr, just a regular guy wouldn't do. Baby, I can't hang upon no lover's cross for you. Well, I really gotta hand it to you, 'cause girl, you really tried. But for every time that we spent laughing, there were 2 times that I cried. 'Cause it seems that you wanted a martyr, so a regular guy wouldn't do. Baby, I can't hang upon no lover's cross for you. 'Cause tables are meant for turning, and people are bound to change. And bridges are meant for burning, when the people whose memories they join are the same, join are the same. Well, I hope that you could find another who could take, I could not. You'd have to be a super guy, or maybe a super god. 'Cause I never was much of a martyr before, and I ain't about to start nothing new. Baby, I can't hang upon no lover's cross for you. Baby, I can't hang upon no lover's cross for you. God bless you all.
I'm thinking sometime this summer, Bilal, let's go camping. Yeah. I'll sit around a campfire with you anytime. Yeah. Oh, wow. That was great. Thank you. It's an honor to work in the Mott Community College community. And it's an honor to work with faculty that inspire you and make you better, make you a better person, in my case, a better musician, and to work with people that are so gifted in what they do. And it's a joy to be able to introduce Dr. Townes Osborne Miller. Is on the faculty at Mott Community College, teaches music theory and many other courses, and is also an incredible flute player that you're going to get the opportunity to hear in just a second. Townes is going to play for you Syrinx by Claude Debussy and the Hungarian Pastoral Fantasy by Franz Doppler. Dr. Townes Osborne Miller.
Can you hear me all right if I don't use a microphone? Yeah. Great. Syrinx was written by Claude Debussy in 1913, and the story that we kind of associate with this piece, it's written for unaccompanied flute, goes something like this. Syrinx was a beautiful young maiden, and Pan was half human, half goat, and rather a repulsive figure. And he was very much in love with Syrinx, but Syrinx wanted nothing to do with Pan. So Syrinx realized that Pan was going to pursue her. She ran through the forest as fast as her legs could carry her. And Pan chased after her, this half-human, half-goat. And when Syrinx found herself cornered and trapped, when she exited the forest, she found herself at the corner at the edge of a lake. And it was there that she prayed to the gods for help. And the gods heard her prayers and transformed her into a bank of reeds. When Pan arrived, Pan was distraught that he had lost his beloved Syrinx, so distraught that he cut the reeds and fashioned a pan pipe and played this song. next selection required a little piano help, and I'm grateful to my colleague, Dr. Matt Packer, for agreeing to accompany me and perform alongside me, so thank you. Past the Hungarian Pastoral Fantasy, written by Franz Doppler, very much romantic era composition, late 19th century, if you will. And this was back when composers were composing very nationalistic music. So I think you'll hear a lot of Hungarian influences in this first movement that we're going to perform for you. What's interesting to me about Franz Doppler was that he was a flutist, a composer, and a conductor, and his brother, Karl Doppler, was also a flutist. And they were known all through Europe because one of the brothers, Franz, would play a flute like this, and the other brother played flute like this. And so when they would perform, they'd look like a pair of bookends. And they were quite the show, and everyone always wanted to go to their concerts. Very prolific composer, great writer for the flute. Hope you enjoy Hungarian Pastoral Fantasy by Franz Doppler.
That we have a lot of local talent to showcase today, another reason to love our community. Our next performer is Miss Brittany Ward. She is from Detroit, but she is a recent graduate from the University of Michigan Flint. She is going to be singing the Redemption Song by Bob Marley, and she's also going to be sharing a poem with us. Miss Brittany Ward.
Hello. I would say that Redemption Song is fitting for this occasion because I see Redemption Song by Bob Marley as a cry out, an expression, as we do in music. We express ourselves, we express our pain, and we try to articulate exactly what's going on in the world at the time. And a lot of his lyrics in the Redemption Song is relative to today as well. So.
Yes, they rob I, sold I to the merchant ships, minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit. But my hand was made strong by the hands of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. So wouldn't you help to sing? Oh, this song's of freedom, 'cause all I ever had, yeah, redemption songs. Oh, redemption songs.
Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery.
None but ourselves can free our minds.
Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause
None of them can stop the time.
And
How long shall they kill our prophets?
while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Oh, won't you help to
sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever had, redemption songs, redemption songs. I'm gonna do something from the Caribbean now. You hear me now? Me no fear no Babylon, me say me no be blood clot sucker. Me tell them say I'm a free man, I'm a happy man, I'm organized, I'm free.
Me tell them say, me no fear no Babylon, me no care what them a say. Me tell them say, me no fear no bumbo clat, miga. Me tell them say, me strong, be powerful. Me tell them say, me strong now, me strong now. Tell them now, me no fear no Babylon.
Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. And how long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the books. Oh, won't you help to sing the songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever had, redemption songs, redemption songs, yeah, redemption songs.
That was nice. It feels good to sing something that has purpose. Okay, so the poem that I decided to share tonight is actually called Honduras. I was given the chance to travel to Honduras. Honduras was my first time out of the country, first time traveling on a plane, first time, everything. And so Honduras, San Isidro, a small village in the central of Honduras, up on a mountain somewhere. That's where I did some missionary work with a church here around Flint. And so that was truly an experience, but it definitely opened my eyes to a different culture and also helped me see a lot of similarities. But it was not an easy time for me because nobody looked like me. And so there I was. But I definitely appreciate being able to go because, once again, like, you don't know people unless you go and meet them. And I know travel costs a lot of money, but travel really helps you to expand your horizon and think openly about the people that you see on the TV or how the media portrays them. And it really, yeah. So I wrote this poem. Honduras. You built me a home. You purified and refreshed me with your water. I misunderstood you. I questioned you. You made me hate you. I tried to separate myself from you. You pulled me closer. You made me feel uncomfortable. You showed me ways to love. You kept me quiet and observing. You made me laugh. You helped me cry. You poured out in the darkness, Honduras. You showed me true relationship. You gave me genuine conversation. You gave me experience. You made me laugh. God, you kissed my skin with your son. You fed me. I got sick. You helped me get over it. You showed me my strength. You made me grateful. You made me humble, Honduras. You took away my luxuries. You took my power away. You made me work through the darkness. You made me use new skills. You helped me to finally rest. You gave me internal satisfaction. You made me realize what matters. You smiled at me. God, you accepted my differences. You showed me similarities. You made me appreciate the darkness. You forced me to get along. You made it easy to get along. God, you called me out. You challenged me. You showed me my strength. You made me dig deeper. You gave me a break. You showed me seas that needed water. You blessed me with a major memory. You showed me no barriers. You showed me good justice. Dios, te amo, Honduras. Thank you.
This is the Mott Community College Concert Choir and Chamber Singers. We're going to sing a piece based on a poem by Langston Hughes called I Dream a World. Following that, we're excited to welcome up the Swartz Creek High School Madrigals, who are going to join us on a piece by Randall Stroop called Omnia Sol. In the middle of Omnia Sol, there's a Latin text. I'd like to read the translation to you. The sun warms everything, even when I am far away. Love me faithfully and know that I am faithful. So on the second piece, when you hear a text that doesn't quite make any sense, it's probably Latin. At least we hope it's Latin, and their diction otherwise is good. I get to share an office with this next performer at Mott Community College. Dan Garrix is well known around the Flint community and is a multi-talented actor and musician that performs in a wide variety of situations, both theater and also in the music scene. His character, Fervis Mendex, is going to do a mime for us called The Pretentious Sweet. This is Fervis Mendex, played by Dan Garrix.
National Public Radio would like to thank you for tuning in to our Winter Pledge Drive. We now return to your regularly scheduled program, already half over. Dr. Professor Ignobulus Fergus Mendax conducts the Burton Symphony Orchestra in their presentation of Stravinsky's Rite of Spring.
Supposed to perform to that? Yeah. I'll spare you that. Our next performer is Linda Samara. The fangirl club in the back. She's a senior at U of M Flint. She's majoring in communication and gender studies. She's going to be doing 2 pieces for us today. She'll be singing Fix You by Coldplay, and she'll also be doing a poem about Ferguson and Gaza.
Hello, everyone. How are you guys? Thanks for talking to me. It makes me feel less nervous now that we're all friends. So the first poem I'm going to do is about the parallels I noticed between Ferguson and Gaza. Oh, is this better? Okay. Okay. Yes. And it's a little heavy, so I'm going to start off with it, and I'm going to end with something a little more soothing. So here goes nothing. Mic check, test 1, 2, 3. Anybody have a minute for a little dose of reality? Listen up, because I don't think this mic is loud enough. Loud enough to amplify the voices of black kids too scared to wear hoodies on brisk autumn days at the neighborhood park, or loud enough to amplify the voices of young Gazan boys too scared to kick soccer balls along the shorelines of beaches. We may be on 2 different sides of the world, but we're all still chanting the same words. Words that break, words that bind, words passed down through time, words that leave a mother's quivering lips when wishing her child a good day at school. And the words that follow immediately after in hushed tones. Be safe, she says. Be safe today, my love. Safety is a constant worry when your skin color is a few shades too dark, or when the R's in the middle of your words are pronounced a little too harsh. Hands up, don't shoot, a black boy shouts. Hands up, don't shoot, a Palestinian boy echoes right back. 4 arms strongly raised, 2 faces frozen in fear, 4 legs growing weaker by the second, trying to support 2 souls that know it can't be over, not like this, not yet. 2 voices met with no response, only the barrel of 2 guns. Because to this officer, this black life does not matter, and to this soldier, this Palestinian life will just be another number. 2 lives join a collection of lives measured as mere percentages that have been collected through time and simply forgotten. These 2 voices shout the same cry that's been shouted since before you and I were just seeds waiting to grow in this world with our own hopes and dreams. Hands up, please don't shoot. Officer, can't you see my hands are up? Please don't shoot, don't shoot. It's too late. The voices are silenced by a quick click of a gun, and their lives end just like that. No slow motion effects, no protagonists prevailing all, no last minute escape, no. This isn't what you see on movie screens. I told you this would be a dose of reality, so you better have been listening carefully. Click, boom, and it's done. Protagonists really do die, and evil villains really do get away with murder. These names make headlines, and their stories, for some reason, always scrutinized, and their deaths somehow always justified. Whitewashed pages of history books and blood-washed pavements of Missouri streets. Broken classrooms full of missiles and rubble, but absolutely no students. Education stripped from the Gaza Strip. 2 young men with their bright shining lives still ahead of them are now gone. 2 mothers feel an empty ache in their wombs. 2 mothers grieve with only oceans in between. We got wombs aching, hearts breaking, voices shaking, and hatred dictating, vindicating, predominating. This is the price that we are paying. Mic check, test 1, 2, 3. How long does this tired track need to stay on repeat? We're only on the news if we're the villains or the killers. We're only on the news if our deaths turn to debates. The dead can't rest in peace because their deaths have been debated to pieces. Mic check, test 1, 2, 3. These atrocities got us all chanting in harmony, wondering who will listen to our testimony. Got us feeling like, how will we ever rise above this dark defeat? They bury us and still we rise, still we rise, still we rise. We rise like storms. We dictate the forecast. We break through your windows. We flood you with our presence. We will not evaporate. We will not evaporate. We will stain your carpets and your walls. We will remain forever in existence, forever in your presence. We will rise. We will rise. We are the luminescent stars that radiate across the dark night sky. We are vibrantly colored photographs that develop beautifully in dark rooms. We are the sun casting our bright, blinding rays upon this earth. Our voices give birth to revolutions. Our voices give birth to revolutions. Our voices give birth to revolutions. Mic check, test 1, 2, 3. Do you hear me now? So do any of you guys like Coldplay? Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna be singing the song Fix You because I feel like the world still needs a lot of fixing, and we're here to do just that with this event. It's a step in the process. So here goes nothing once again. Try your best, but you don't succeed. When you get what you want, but not what you need. When you feel so tired and you can't sleep. Stuck in reverse. And the tears come streaming down your face. When you lose something you can't replace. when you love someone but it goes to waste? Could it be worse? Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones. I will try to fix you. High up above or down below, doing love to let it go. But if you never try, then you'll never know just what you're worth. Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. See a stream down your face when you lose something you cannot replace. See a stream down your face, and I see a stream down your face. I promise you I will learn from my mistakes. See a stream down your face, and lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. That was awesome. Our next performer is no stranger to the blues scene around here in Flint and surrounding communities. We're excited to welcome Mr. Eddie Blues Barney, who's going to come and play The Thrill Is Gone, Every Day I Have the Blues, and Stormy Monday.
I guess I better tell you a story, huh? Well, anyway, let me tell you a story. I didn't start playing music publicly until 2007. I was working for General Motors, and I just did it as a hobby. So I guess there's nothing wrong with being a hobby, because let me tell you what happened to my hobby. One day I was playing in 2009 down in Rochester, and I was playing this song, and I saw this gentleman near his cell phone, and he's taping me on his cell phone, and I had no idea that this was a very rich person at the time. So, so on my way, you know, I had intermission on the way back to my seat. He said, "Hey, will you come here for a minute?" He said, "Yes." He said, "When I turn 60 years old, I'd like for you to come and play for my birthday." I say, "Well, yeah, where do you live?" He said, "New York City." He said, "What would it take for you to get to New York City?" I said, "Well," I say, "if you fly me and my wife there, pick me up at the airport, set me up in a nice place, and get me to the gig and back, and give me extra number of dollars, I'll do it for you." He said, "Okay, cool." So, you know, everybody drinks where I used to play at, so I just say, he's just somebody that's drunk, you know. So about 6 years later, I've forgotten all about the guy, and Gwen was looking on the internet, and she said, "Eddie, you got an email from somebody saying," I can't pronounce his name. I said, "Let me see." His name was Jay Sindelbeck. He's from Germany, all right? And I said, "Well, who was that?" And he said, "Well, I read the email," and he said, "Hey, Eddie, I'm ready for you to play for my party." So what he did was put me on a plane to New York, set me up in Harlem, and I performed this song for him. It's a song he heard me play. Thrill is gone, the thrill is gone away. The thrill is gone, baby. The thrill is gone away. You know you've done me wrong, baby, and you're gonna be sorry someday. The thrill is gone. The thrill is gone away from me. The thrill is gone, baby. The thrill is gone away from me. Although I might live on, but so lonely I'll be. Thrill is gone. The thrill is gone away from me. The thrill is gone, baby. It's gone away for good. You know I get over it all, baby, just like you knew I would. 'Cause I'm free now, babe. 'Cause I'm free from your spell. 'Cause I'm free now, baby. 'Cause I'm free from your spell. But now that it's all over, all I can do is wish you well. Thank you very much. Every day, baby, every day I have the blues. When you see me worry, baby, said it's you I hate to lose. Nobody loves me, nobody seems to care. Nobody loves me, nobody seems to care. I feel so good, baby, when you're there. Gonna pack my suitcase, gonna move on down the line. Pack my suitcase, gonna move on down the line. Ain't nobody worried, ain't nobody crying. But every day I have the blues. Every day I have the blues. When you see me worry, baby, said it's you I hate to lose. Look at it. I like to sing a song by T-Bone Walker, but made most famous by the Allman Brothers, called Stormy Monday. Say they call it Stormy Monday. They say Tuesday's just as bad. They say they call it Stormy Monday. They say Tuesday's just as bad. They say Wednesday's my worst day, and Thursday's oh so sad. They say the eagle flies on Friday, and Saturday I go out and play. They say the eagle flies on Friday, and Saturday I go out and play. Sunday I go to church, and here's what I say. I said, Lord, have mercy.
Thank you very much.
She's still smiling at me, which is good because I missed her son's birthday party today. But she's okay with me, so. Mona is a native of Flint, and she's a performance poet. Many of you might have seen her recently. She and her husband, Sebastian, who now moved to the front row. Thank you, Sebastian. Or should I say the aisle? They, in Cambridge, Massachusetts, put up signs, Ask a Muslim, and they gave out donuts and basically tried to open up an opportunity for people to come and to talk to them if they had any questions. And it garnered national attention. It was on NPR. It was in the Boston Globe, Al Jazeera. And so she's a social activist. She always has been. And this is her performance. Thank you.
Good evening. So my name is Mona Haydar, and I grew up in this beautiful city that is love. And I'm so happy to be here and be sharing this evening with you all. So when my husband and I did the Ask a Muslim thing, we didn't think it was remarkable. We didn't expect it to attract attention the way it did. And what we believe, we've hypothesized that it attracted that kind of attention because we're all in need of love. That at our most basic, most human cores, we're all just in need of more and more love. And it's my belief that the more love we give, the more love we receive. And that love is this eternal thing in the universe that the more you give, the more you receive, and you'll never run out. You can never run out of love. So these poems that I'm going to recite to you were written at a time where I felt like I needed love, and I was searching for that love. I was sitting there, staring into the heavens, miles away from reality, wondering about all the wonders, pondering without permission, quizzically questioning every quality, comprehending my lack of comprehension. I was learning life's lessons by passively watching the clouds pass. I was deep in the depths of deliberating the demoralization of a democracy or a dictatorship. I was denouncing denominations. I was dabbling in the dignified doctoring of souls. I was purifying hearts. I was contracting a business or contracting HIV. I was curing the morally blind so that our leaders could see. The corrupt compilation of rules and regulations revolving endlessly, repulsing everyone, enticing revolution, taking it back to that constitution where we as a people instated an institution we would be proud to be people of. Them telling us it's just tough love, but these observations fit like a glove. A culture in crisis calling out for help, handing that gun to the metaphorical Manchurian candidate to do the dirty hate work of those who make him believe he is nothing more than a built, constructed, and guaranteed machine, meant to ask no questions and lie when necessary, not knowing no from yes or wake from rest. Yeah, I was thinking that this is America, the melting pot. See, I don't know anymore. Maybe it's just me, but that is not what I see. Maybe the flame under that pot just isn't as hot, or maybe it's a selective melting pot. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow, because opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Yo. I don't see cultures integrating. I see people hating, and to me it's really frustrating, because maybe it's just me. Or maybe it's Satan whispering sweet nothings in my ears, so this is what I hear. By them, we have been taught that it's okay to be a racist, a xenophobic racist when it comes to certain kinds, but I promise you, we are all just one and the same kind, that collective mankind, womankind, so go ahead. Go ahead. Call me ISIS. Call me a terrorist. But you, my love, would then be nothing but a narrow-minded, bigoted, xenophobic racist. I don't think that about any of you, by the way. just to be clear. So I wanted to share something that I've just recently written. Is that cool with you guys? So it's not going to be as performy, but it's going to be more my heart. Open my heart. Unlock the door to my psyche, my psychology, this soliloquy. I am always, always astounded when my mind manages to manifest seeming miracles, making me into this poetess, a prophetess, prophesizing love, perpetuating the possibilities, the potentialities, the processes beyond the beyond capitalist demagogues and demons, Gog and Magog, biblical and binary. So I'm trying to be visionary, visibly visual and visceral in my heart's connect. Ultimate understanding, pineal gland projecting, democracy forming, formulating, postulating, producing harmony, giving voice to all the parts of me, the hurt, the horror, the terror, the trauma. I am transfixed at the capacity that pours out from a place of infinity and eternally, subdermally. Equally frightened by my own ascending soul, that which is beyond space and time, when and where everything rhymes, because we live in this world of poetry, of justice, of equality, where propaganda can't speak to our hearts, because our eyes are open, witnessing the wonders of interbeing. The ultimate reality is the totality of our existence, believing and empirically knowing that we are breathing, being nothing and everything at the same time, that non-duality, confronting our duality head on, saying, I love you. I love you, I love me, I love you, we are we, and the interweaving is intersecting, is uplifting, is gifting, interstellar, intergalactic, interactive, sifting through dogma to come to a place of perfect positive meets negative into spectacular harmony, where the new story of love of Jesus meets Jesus and says, love yourself. Not your wealth, where the baller's at. That's the old story of fear, so unclear, so austere, steering past those places, speeding up through the ethers of the biosphere, ionosphere, in the psychosphere, but there is no sphere quite like right here. Be here now. It's time to know that which is timeless, untimed, immortal, eternal in the light of the nocturnal. So wake up from your sleep, get woke. The beings, get woke and let the beings of the unseen wrap you, cloak you in your warm and blissful knowing that we are here to love, that we are here to love and mother and father the world and remother and remember and refather and remember that we are love. So thank you guys so much. It's been really fun. Again, my name is Mona Haydar, and if you want to connect with me on Facebook or Instagram, I would be honored to be your friend.
I think you hit the nail on the head. The world needs love. The world also needs hope. And certainly hope can come with love. This next song is a song of hope. It's a song called I Will Fly, and was written for Amir Hekmati to stand in solidarity with him and his family until the time when he achieved freedom. And we offer it as a song of hope for all who are in any kind of a struggle. To know that there is a way that chains can be broken and life can begin anew, and we can fly beyond whatever those present circumstances might be to a world that is so much better. Brother to Brother is just blessed to have Mr. Eddie Blues Barney join us on this song. We practiced it once today. And he was amazing. So here we go. It's cold here at night, and days are lonely. Lost in a land I thought was my own. This isn't where I'd hoped to be, this point in my life. I would have done things differently had I known. For now I make the best of a bad situation, face trials as they come day by day, and dream of a life of new beginnings. With courage in the face of fear, I rise up and say that I will fly beyond these unjust walls, break the chains that hold me captive, from this burden be set free, and I will soar on eagle's wings of faith toward the dawn of new tomorrows. I will fly, I will fly.
It's cold here at night and days are lonely, imprisoned in a place I don't want to be. This isn't how I pictured this point in my life, remembering the days when I was free. For now I draw strength from my friends and my family, their memories so near and dear to me, and hope for a life of new beginnings. With courage, though all seems lost, they won't destroy the dream that I will fly beyond these unjust walls, break the chains that hold me captive, from this burden be set free, and I will soar on eagle's wings of faith toward the dawn of new tomorrows. I will fly, I will fly.
Sometimes there's simply no easy solution.
Sometimes we place our lives in others' hands. Sometimes a glimpse of hope seems very hard to find, though the chains are on my body, if only in my mind I will fly. Just walls, break the chains that hold me captive, from this burden be set free, and I will soar on eagle's wings of faith toward the dawn of new tomorrows. I will fly, I will fly,
I will soar on eagle's
toward the dawn of new tomorrows. I will fly, I will fly toward the dawn of new tomorrows. I will fly, I will fly.
This is a fitting song to bring up our final speaker for the evening, because this man was instrumental in bringing Amir back home, and is instrumental in his love and concern for this community. Congressman Dan Kildee, we welcome you, and we're so grateful that you would give us some of your time this evening. Please come and share with us.
Well, thank you. I have no talent. You know, the first time I heard that song, I can't remember when it was, but it was, I don't know, a couple of years ago when there was an event down, Rami, wherever that is you're from. Grosse Pointe. It was, you know, it got me then, and it really got me just now when you played it. So one of the, you know, I've been around this town for a long, long time. It was actually 39 years ago that I was first elected to public office. I was 18 years old. And so I've been through lots of ups and downs in this town. People who are from here, who have come here know that we've been through a lot, some real struggles. But that day that I flew over to Germany with Rami and Sarah and met their sister Layla over there to welcome Amir back to freedom, it was the best day I've had in all my public service, because it really meant something to bring Amir home, and I played a small part in that. This family is an incredible family, and the thing that I came to understand about them is that the fact that Amir was able to struggle through and then survive and maintain his sense of spirit after 4.5 years in one of the worst places on earth is because of who he is and where he came from, and from the way his parents raised him. And I will say this, and this is why I think Amir's story is so important to all of us. If ever there were a person that we know from Flint, if ever there were a person for which one could justify giving up all hope, I told Amir this the first time I met him in Germany. If ever there were a person that could say to themselves, there's no hope, my situation is beyond redemption, it would be this young man who at one point was alone, could not contact anyone from the outside, and nobody from the outside could contact him. His family didn't know where he was. And he had been sentenced to die in the worst prison in the world. Imagine what that would do to one's psyche, one's sense of hope, one's sense of optimism, one's sense of future. And the fact that when Amir came home, or when I first saw him, when he hugged me and thanked me and came home and saw his family, and he had still maintained that sort of sense of dignity. And even when he introduced himself to the world, he showed tremendous poise and class. Not an angry word was spoken. That's a really important lesson for us right now, because, you know, we're going through our own struggle in Flint right now. And I know sometimes it feels in this town like all hope is lost. Like the hill we have to climb is just so tall. And we can draw some strength from knowing that somebody who is of us, who has the same DNA we have, was able to not only survive, but maintain his dignity and maintain his sense of self through that experience. Think about what we can do with all of us living in freedom, living amongst one another. It is really an important story, not just for him and his family, but for the struggle that we're going through right now. The theme of today is unity in diversity. The only thing I want to say about that is that our unity is in our diversity. And our diversity is in the fact that we come together. But it's more than just a few words. And frankly, it's more than being able to express our diversity in this very safe space where we all sort of share that common belief. There's a terrible national dialogue taking place right now that challenges the core beliefs that have brought all of you to this room today. And it's important that we understand what's happening. It's based on the fact that people are fearful. They're uncertain. They're not so much fearful of other people, but they have fear that their own future is uncertain. And there are these really narrow voices, these really small voices with big microphones that are channeling a fear, channeling uncertainty against the other. And it's really important for all of us to not just be willing to express our outrage at that bigotry and that intolerance in the safe space of a room like this, but it's especially important that we're willing to express it when we're standing all alone expressing it, when there are folks who are being moved by those messages of fear. We have to be willing to speak up. Because even though it might not seem like anyone is agreeing with you, somebody who's listening, while they may not have the courage to speak up, they will hear your voice and they will feel empowered, so that the next time they hear that anger, that fear, that prejudice, that hate, maybe it will be their voice that will find the courage to speak up against that intolerance. That's why it's so important that we come together once in a while to do this. And that's why I was so happy to be invited to be a part of it. Thank you. Thank you.
So this went a little longer than we had initially anticipated. Thank you for sticking it out. And thank you so much for being here and being a part of this event. And we do hope that it is something, as the Congressman stated, that this will give you strength to carry on out in the world and express your voice and your opinion where out there where it does matter. Indeed, we greatly appreciate you being here. We're so grateful for everyone who spoke, everyone who performed, everyone who shared their gifts and their talents this evening. That's good, okay. Take care, have a great night.